at a private event that was shrouded in secrecy and attended only by a select few members of the media. Christian von Koenigsegg, the mysterious founder and CEO of the high-performance car manufacturer Koenigsegg, recently made headlines with a bold claim that rocked the automotive world. He revealed a revolutionary new engine technology that he believes will revolutionize the future of automobiles and possibly render electric cars obsolete with his characteristic charisma and forward-thinking vision. Before we start smashing the like, Christian von Koenigsegg made a strong case for why this new engine could be a game-changer for the entire automotive industry, not just for his company. The event was set in a sleek futuristic setting and was appropriately dramatic, which seemed to highlight the announcement's innovative nature. The reveal had all the makings of a high-stakes product launch, and it was immediately apparent that this was a daring foray into the unknown, rather than merely another product update or iteration. Koenigsegg, who is renowned for his unwavering confidence and extensive technical knowledge, took the stage to introduce what he called the next generation of internal combustion engines, which combine the power and performance typically associated with gasoline engines with the efficiency and environmental advantages of electric cars. This announcement was truly groundbreaking. In contrast to traditional engines, which use a camshaft to open and close the intake and exhaust valves, the new engine, which Koenigsegg has named the free valve light-speed engine, is based on free valve technology, a concept the company has been perfecting for several years. The free valve engine uses pneumatic actuators to control the valves independently, allowing for far greater precision in managing air and fuel flow, leading to significant gains in power efficiency and emissions. The light-speed engine takes this concept to a whole new level. It is more compact, lighter, and more powerful than any internal combustion engine currently available on the market, but it promises to deliver fuel efficiency and emissions levels that can rival or even surpass many electric vehicles. EVS's adaptability is one of its most remarkable features. Unlike traditional internal combustion engines, which are usually tuned for a single fuel type, this light-speed engine can run on a range of fuels, including synthetic, methanol, and ethanol. This versatility in fuel types provides a strong defense against carbon emissions, especially when combined with low-carbon or renewable fuel sources. As we move away from fossil fuels and toward a more sustainable energy future, Christian von Koenigsegg was quick to point out that this adaptability could act as a bridge technology to help reduce emissions. Beyond its technical attributes, this engine's potential to upend the electric vehicle market is what really makes it unique. The market concerns about climate change and the desire to lessen reliance on fossil fuels have been major factors in the rise of electric vehicles. But Koenigsegg contended that EVs are not without their disadvantages. Concerns regarding the long-term feasibility of electric cars as a complete solution have been raised by issues like battery range, charging infrastructure, and the environmental effects of battery production and disposal. With its efficiency, low emissions, and high performance, the light-speed engine may offer a strong substitute that allays many of these worries without the drawbacks of electric powertrains. This new technology has significant ramifications for the automotive sector, since many automakers have made significant investments in the development and infrastructure of electric vehicles. Koenigsegg's announcement raises the possibility that the internal combustion engine, which is frequently written off as a thing of the past, may still play a significant role in transportation in the future. A major change in industry strategy and investment may result from the potential for a resurgence of advanced internal combustion technology, especially one that can equal or surpass the environmental advantages of electric vehicles. The economic and practical advantages of the light-speed engine were also discussed in Christian von Koenigsegg's presentation. He maintained that although electric vehicles are becoming more affordable, major obstacles still exist, particularly in less developed areas, due to the cost of batteries and the requirement for extensive charging infrastructure. In contrast, an internal combustion engine that is as clean and efficient as an electric vehicle could make use of existing infrastructure, making it a more accessible choice for a wider range of customers. Wide-ranging effects could result from this potential to democratize high-efficiency, low-emission technology, especially in emerging markets where the initial expenses and practical difficulties associated with EV adoption continue to be prohibitive. A live demonstration of the engine's capabilities, highlighting its remarkable power output and responsiveness, took place as the event progressed. The audience, which was made up of both skeptics and enthusiasts, was clearly impressed by the light-speed engine's performance in a series of tests that compared it to both leading electric powertrains and traditional internal combustion engines. The results were nothing short of astounding, as the engine's acceleration and torque figures rivaled or even exceeded those of some of the most potent electric hypercars on the market, while maintaining fuel efficiency levels that would have been unimaginable for an internal combustion engine just a few years ago. However, it wasn't just the engine's technical prowess that made an impression. Christian von Koenigsegg presented a roadmap for the incorporation of the light-speed engine into a new generation of vehicles, and his strategic vision for the future of both his business and the automotive sector as a whole was equally compelling. In his opinion, the future of high-performance cars is not an either either-or situation between internal combustion and electric power, but rather a synthesis that capitalizes on the best features of both, each of which would combine traditional supercar aesthetics with cutting-edge technology and sustainability. An exciting new direction for the sector that is both sustainable. The announcement also generated heated debates among industry analysts and automotive experts. While some welcomed it as a potential turning point in the ongoing debate between internal combustion engines and electric vehicles, others were more cautious, pointing out that although the technology is promising, its success will depend on a number of factors, such as consumer adoption, regulatory approval, and Koenigsegg's capacity to scale production. Although there are still many obstacles to overcome before the Lightspeed engine can be regarded as a competitive mass-market alternative to electric vehicles, the company's track record of innovation and success in niche markets indicates that it has the capacity to overcome these difficulties. Notwithstanding the skepticism, the announcement unquestionably rekindled interest in internal combustion engines' potential, especially among enthusiasts who have long bemoaned the apparent waning of automotive fervor in the era of electric vehicles. Many people consider the roar of an engine, the smell of burning fuel, and the visceral rush of fast driving to be essential components of the automobile experience, and they view the Lightspeed engine as a means of maintaining that heritage, while meeting contemporary demands for sustainability and efficiency. With his talent for dramatic storytelling and his unwavering drive for innovation, Christian von Koenigsegg has capitalized on this sentiment and offered a future in which sustainability and performance are not mutually exclusive. If the Lightspeed engine lives up to its promises, it could spark a new era of innovation in the automotive industry, leading other manufacturers to look into alternate routes to sustainability. This announcement could have a wide range of ripple effects. As governments and regulators reevaluate their current emphasis on electrification in light of new technological advancements, it may also have an impact on policy. This could pave the way for a more diverse approach to lowering automotive emissions, one that incorporates not only electric vehicles, but also advanced internal combustion technologies, hydrogen fuel cells, and other cutting-edge Koenigsegg solutions. There is no greater stake. The company has established a reputation for pushing the limits of automotive engineering, and its continued leadership in the sector will depend heavily on the Lightspeed engine's success. While the outcome of what could be one of the most important technological battles in automotive history is still up in the air, one thing is certain. The automotive landscape will never be the same again thanks to Christian Von's unwavering belief in his vision and his willingness to challenge the status quo. With the introduction of the Lightspeed engine, Christian Von's audacious announcement at the event not only astounded the automotive industry, but also started a larger discussion about the future of mobility. In a market that many believed was headed toward irreversible electrification, Koenigsegg established himself and his business as powerful players. But the tale doesn't stop with the groundbreaking engine's technical details. It continues with a nuanced account of market dynamics, consumer preferences, technological innovation, and regulatory environments to comprehend the importance of this declaration. It is crucial to look at the larger context in which it was made. Over the past 10 years, the automotive industry has seen a dramatic shift towards electrification, driven by advancements in battery technology, environmental regulations, and a growing emphasis on sustainability. Companies like Tesla, Rivian, and Lucid have been leading the charge to promote the idea that electric vehicles will be the norm for transportation in the future. Conventional automakers like General Motors, Ford, and Volkswagen have also changed their business plans to focus on electric vehicles. In light of this, EVS is spending billions on battery research, development, and manufacturing. The Koenigsegg announcement appeared to be almost counterintuitive, but it is precisely this unconventional approach that could upend the status quo. Beyond the usual competitive posture of a luxury automaker, Christian von Koenigsegg's concept for the Lightspeed engine questions underlying presumptions about the future of the automotive sector. In a time when electrification is the norm, the idea that internal combustion engines, or ICEs, can not only coexist but even surpass electric powertrains in crucial areas like efficiency, emissions, and driving experience is revolutionary. The concept of choice, which gives customers an option without requiring them to choose between sustainability and performance, is at the core of the Koenigsegg argument. The implications of Koenigsegg's new engine technology go far beyond the high-performance requirements of each market, and this proposition is especially appealing to automotive purists and enthusiasts who cherish the visceral experience of driving and the deep connection to the mechanical aspects of their vehicles. If this company's Lightspeed engine can live up to its claims of low emissions, high efficiency, and unmatched performance, it may find wider use in a variety of automotive segments. Consider small automobiles, SUVs, trucks, and even commercial vehicles. Theoretically, the technology could be scaled and modified to accommodate a variety of vehicles, challenging the eccentric development strategies of major automakers. For example, the commercial vehicle sector has been slower than the passenger car sector to adopt electrification. The light-speed engine's ability to run on a variety of fuels and its lightweight, compact design could provide a more practical solution for commercial applications where payload capacity and extended range are crucial. If Koenigsegg's technology were to be adopted in this context, it could revolutionize logistics, public transportation, and even emergency services, which have particular requirements for rapid refueling and operational reliability. The main challenges have been battery weight range limitations and charging infrastructure. Additionally, the incident demonstrated how Koenigsegg's new engine might change the geopolitical context of energy consumption. Because they offer an alternate route that still permits the use of biofuels, synthetic fuels, or even hydrogen, the ongoing shift to electric vehicles has sparked a scramble for battery minerals like lithium, cobalt, and nickel. These materials are not only environmentally costly to mine and process, but they are also concentrated in particular regions, creating new forms of resource dependency and geopolitical tension. Koenigsegg engine technology could promote a more resilient and diversified energy strategy and lessen the strain on global supply chains for rare earth metals. The next question is whether Koenigsegg can scale this technology and what it would take to make it widely available. Historically, Koenigsegg has operated. Scaling a highly advanced engine like the light speed to mass market production presents significant challenges for the ultra-luxury segment, which produces cars in small quantities at prices well beyond the reach of most consumers. Difficulties: it necessitates not only technical adjustment, but also collaborations with other producers, modifications to manufacturing procedures, and possibly the creation of new supply chains. But Christian von Koenigsegg's track record of innovation and overcoming engineering challenges suggests that he is not one to shy away from difficult tasks. His company has already demonstrated a remarkable ability to pioneer new technologies, from carbon fiber monox to the world's first fully homologated engine. There is also the potential for strategic alliances with other automakers who might be interested in licensing the light-speed engine technology, in a similar vein to how companies like Toyota have shared their hybrid technology, or how Tesla has opened up its patents to encourage broader adoption of electric vehicles. Koenigsegg EG could pursue a strategy that leverages partnerships to accelerate the deployment of his new engine. By doing so, he could tap into existing manufacturing expertise and distribution networks, allowing the technology to reach a far wider audience than Koenigsegg's current boutique production model would allow. In addition, Koenigsegg's revelation raises intriguing possibilities for the aftermarket and tuning community. Given the modular and adaptable nature of the light-speed engine, it might be possible to retrofit it into a variety of current vehicles, enabling automobile enthusiasts to equip their vintage internal combustion vehicles with a cutting-edge, highly efficient drivetrain. Revitalize the tuning sector and offer a means of conserving automotive heritage in an environmentally conscious way for enthusiasts. This is an alluring opportunity to keep the soul of their cars while greatly enhancing performance and cutting emissions. In addition to auto enthusiasts and tuners, there may be advantages for areas that many regions of the world lack the infrastructure necessary to facilitate the widespread adoption of electric vehicles, EVs, including grid capacity charging stations, maintenance knowledge, and the introduction of a clean, efficient, and adaptable internal combustion engine could give these areas a practical substitute that satisfies environmental standards without requiring extensive and expensive infrastructure upgrades, democratizing access to greener transportation technology globally. Scale, making it a solution for emerging economies as well as wealthy nations. But not everyone is certain that the light-speed engine will transform the automotive industry. But detractors contend that Koenigsegg, although exciting, the announcement ignores the momentum already established by electric vehicles. Rapid technological advancements in electric vehicles, especially in battery density and charging speeds, but they also profit from a global regulatory push toward zero-emission vehicles. Governments around the world are enacting stricter emission standards, offering incentives for the purchase of electric vehicles, and making significant investments in charging infrastructure. In this regulatory environment, persuading legislators and regulators to change course, or even add advanced internal combustion engines to their list of strategies, will be an uphill battle. And some environmental advocates are worried about any action that might be interpreted as a postponement of the switch to entirely renewable energy sources. Despite the fact that the light-speed engine is despite being cleaner than conventional IES, it still uses combustion, and the resulting pollution release, albeit in a much lower amounts. There's also the worry that advocating for a non-electric alternative could weaken the feeling for Koenigsegg's engine to be widely adopted. The urgency with which climate change must be addressed must demonstrate beyond a reasonable doubt that it provides equal or even greater environmental benefits to electric vehicles over the course of their whole life cycle. Although the technology appears promising on paper, the world will be closely watching as Koenigsegg starts to introduce the light-speed engine in its next-generation vehicles. For the time being, the company is keeping quiet about precise timelines. Christian von Koenig has indicated that development is more advanced than many in terms of production and availability. As one might anticipate, this ambiguity suggests that customers may see the new engine on the road sooner rather than later, is a hallmark of Koenigsegg's strategy for keeping the automotive world suspenseful while preserving an air of mystery. Furthermore, Kegg's challenge to the electric vehicle narrative may be interpreted as a call to action for the automotive industry to rekindle interest in other alternative powertrain technologies, such as hydrogen combustion engines and hybrids that combine battery power with highly efficient internal combustion. Investigate every possible path of innovation, rather than putting all of your eggs in one basket. This could usher in a new era of technological diversity and experimentation, where various solutions coexist and compete on the basis of merit. This drive for diversification is not. The internal combustion engine has been at the center of automotive culture for more than a century. It is not only a technological problem, but also a symbol of human ingenuity, freedom, and exploration. Koenig's announcement taps exploring this enduring cultural link, implying that the path to sustainability need not give up the spirit of adventure that has characterized the automotive EXP experience. In his opinion, the future automobile can be economical without being emotionless, sterile, or efficient. A renaissance in internal combustion technology that combines their historical strength could have important ramifications for nations and areas with robust automotive industries such as Germany, Japan, and the United States, which have strong ties to automotive engineering and internal combustion expertise. Due to contemporary demands for sustainability, these industries have faced difficulties in preserving jobs. Shifting to the manufacture of electric vehicles may also contribute to the wider adoption of this. Deeper inquiries concerning the nature of innovation are also raised by the development of the light-speed engine. Historically, genuine innovations in the automotive sector have frequently emerged from the peripheries of established norms are questioned, and radical ideas are generated. Koenigsegg, a minor player in comparison to industry titans like Tesla or Volkswagen, has once again established itself as a disruptive force prepared to question the dominant narrative. This willingness to go against the grain is nothing new. Since its founding, the company has worked to redefine what is possible, and every new vehicle and technological advancement is evidence of this philosophy. However, this most recent development goes beyond even their own high standards, daring to imply that the industry may have veered in the wrong direction, or, at the very least, that the path to a sustainable future is more intricate and varied than previously. It was believed that the potential market impact of electric vehicles' light-speed engines could not be overstated. Many automakers have staked their entire strategy on a complete transition to electric vehicles, which are increasingly seen as the inevitable future. Billions of dollars have been invested in new production and charging infrastructure for battery technology, facilities intended to gradually phase out internal combustion engines. Koenigsegg's audacious position puts pressure on these businesses to reconsider their strategy. A multi-fuel, highly efficient internal. The pro-combustion engine is a better or at least complementary choice, and what potential effects might this have on the power dynamics in the automotive industry? Businesses such as Toyota, which has maintained its dedication to hybrid technology since rivals have fully committed to the electric Koenigsegg segment, the announcement could be a justification. Toyota has maintained for years that a diversified approach is the most effective way to reduce emissions. The light-speed engine strategy, which uses everything from hydrogen fuel cells to hybrids and plug-in hybrids, is in line with this theory, implying that there might be a more complex solution to the query of how to reduce transportation's carbon footprint. And Koenigsegg's announcement could also be a warning to governments and regulatory agencies worldwide that current policies strongly favor electric vehicles, frequently at the expense of alternative technologies, that could be feasible if Koenigsegg's new engine turns out to be as clean and effective as stated. It might lead to a reconsideration of these policies. It might be necessary for makers to think about more technology-neutral strategies that promote innovation on a wider range of options, as opposed to relying solely on electrification. Such change could have a significant impact on the market and create new chances for businesses that are not only made investments in electric powertrains. But changing regulatory frameworks is a difficult undertaking. The political strong public demand and the pressing need to address climate change are driving the electric vehicle movement. Koenigsegg's vision will need to be supported by consistent advocacy in addition to proof of concept in order to succeed, and cooperation with other industry participants, such as the infrastructure of fuel producers. The future of transportation is of interest to developers and environmental organizations. The lighted engine will only be able to acquire the credibility required to compete globally in addition to the market and regulatory obstacles, Koenigsegg faces substantial technical challenges. Scaling the production of a highly specialized engine is no easy task, but it was overcome to make this engine a reality, especially one that uses state-of-the-art technology, such as free valve, and functions effectively across several fuel types, and the engineering precision needed to ensure durability and performance and dependability under various operating circumstances will necessitate thorough testing and development. Koenigsegg the light-speed engine's capacity to overcome these obstacles will be crucial in determining whether it stays a niche product, invention, or develops into a mass-market disruptor. In addition to the larger to accommodate this new technology, the automotive ecosystem, which includes the whole supply chain for mechanics and technicians, new training programs will be required, ranging from component manufacturers to service providers. In order to comprehend and develop these advanced engines, fuel suppliers must also think about how they can assist a variety of fuel types at their stations, which may require substantial financial outlays and adjustments to logistics. This single innovation could have repercussions for the entire industry, impacting not only manufacturers but, additionally, there are many ancillary businesses that support the automotive industry, despite the fact that there are many obstacles. If the light-speed engine is successful, the potential rewards are just as alluring, might provide a compromise in the increasingly divisive argument between internal combustion and electric, would offer a solution that meets the needs for high-performance driving, as well as sustainability. For a lot of customers, especially in areas where driving culture is ingrained in the national consciousness, this might be a game-changer because it permits the preservation of what many people believe to be the cars. So while conforming to future that calls for increased environmental responsibility, the psychological effects of such an end, many people should not undervalue the possibility of switching to electric vehicles. Signifies not only a modification in the way we fuel our vehicles, but also a fundamental change in the dynamic between the driver, and despite their efficiency and growing power, electric cars frequently lack the sensation of gear shifting and the sound of an engine roaring to life are sensory feedback that enthusiasts treasure. Subtle vibrations that provide a connection between the driver and the light-speed engine. Contemporary interpretation of the classic internal combustion experience might appeal to a market niche that feels alienated by the electrification march. It might rekindle the enthusiasm for driving that has been for more than a century. This position has been a pillar of automotive culture from a branding standpoint. While other automakers are vying for the best battery range charging times, this spot is special and envied, and self-sufficient abilities. Koenigsegg is establishing a new area that balances customs and innovation. This tactic could draw a devoted customer base of people who appreciate uniqueness and are searching for beyond the increasingly uniform electric vehicle landscape. It enables Koenigsegg to tell a distinct narrative that focuses on redefining trends and their implications for other luxury goods rather than just following them. And performance brands could also be significant businesses. For example, Aston Martin, Lamborghini, and Ferrari have all encountered the difficulty of preserving their identity in a world rapidly transitioning to electric power, while there is a noticeable tension between these brands as they announce plans for electrification or hybridization. The urge to innovate while maintaining the light of their heritage Koenigsegg engines could offer a guide for resolving this contradiction by providing a route that adheres to the DNA of the brand while simultaneously welcoming a more sustainable future. As the dust starts to the industry is left with many questions following Koenigsegg's announcement. What does the future hold for internal combustion engines? Will a renaissance in ICE development result from the feasibility of the light-speed engine, centered on designs with high fuel efficiency? Could this even lead to a reconsideration of electric vehicles, to innovative hybrid technology combinations that more effectively balance cost, performance, and efficiency? And most, consider carefully how customers will react to the concept of a new type of combustion engine that promises to provide the best of. After all, consumer sentiment in both worlds will be a major factor in deciding. The public has always had a significant impact on whether this daring venture succeeds or fails. In recent years, the narrative and perceptions surrounding electrification have been overwhelmingly positive. But Koenigsegg is placing a wager that a sizable portion of the market still yearns for the comforting sound and feel of internal combustion, as long as it can be administered in a manner that respects contemporary environmental concerns. If this risk is successful, it may indicate a more general change in the market away from a single-minded concentrate on electrification in order to adopt a more diverse strategy for automotive innovation. In addition, the car has always been a cultural component of this change. that extends beyond engine innovation and market dynamics. It is a cultural icon and a representation of more than just a mode of transportation. Cultural differences in freedom, status and identity have an impact on how people relate to their cars. Frequently represent larger societal ideals and goals in nations like the US, where the automobile is combined with ideas of personal autonomy and adventure, or in Germany, where brands engineering prowess, the concept of an alternate route to sustainability, similar to how Porsche and BMW are symbols of national pride, could strongly resonate. If you enjoy this video, please like it, subscribe to our channel, and leave a comment. Please leave a comment below and let us know if you believe Koenigsegg's new engine can outperform electric vehicles. I appreciate you watching, and I'll see you soon.